we want to cross over now to Brenda Wanga to give us also a situation of what is happening in town right now. As I mentioned earlier, not so many people have come out in force in town. Brenda, over to you. Give us a lowdown of what is happening right now.
Well, outside the IEBC headquarters here in Nairobi, it all seems quiet, but that quiet is quite deceptive. For the last 2 hours at least, there have been sounds of tear gas going off, police dispersing the handful of protesters who have somewhat evaded the security dragnets that are around this area and found their way to the IEBC headquarters, part of them being part of the CORD protest against the IEBC. But those protesters didn't last very long, because at the moment they tried to assemble right outside the IEBC headquarters behind me at the anniversary towers. The police quickly lobbed tear gas canisters and dispersing the first wave that had come here to be part of this protest. About 30 minutes later, when they tried to regroup again, the police dispersed them. So this has been a game of, so to speak, cat and mouse games between the police officers, the security officers who include the GSU, the AP. We even have prison warders who have been deployed here today. One side trying to ensure that the protesters do not gain access to the premises, and the protesters, quite a handful, determined to make their way here. They haven't been that successful as it is right now. Like I mentioned, there isn't much happening around here because a good number of the security personnel that were deployed here have now gone into the streets to ensure that nobody part of the CORD protest makes their way and gains access to this place. Now, this is in stark contrast to what happened the last 3 times that the CORD coalition led protests here to the IEBC. The last 3 Mondays at a time like this, you would find huge crowds of people making their way here, sitting on the road, generally singing and chanting anti-IEBC slogans. But today it would appear that the police have decided to change tact. By this, they are ensuring that the protesters do not get a chance of, first of all, making their way to these premises, and secondly, of congregating here in their numbers, the swelling numbers, and being of advancing their cause, so to speak. Earlier on, we had been told that the CORD principals Raila Odinga, Kalonzo Musyoka, and Moses Wetangula would be leading the groups to come here and to partake in what is becoming a Monday ritual. But up until now, we have not seen the CORD principals. We have not seen the large groups of people that were expected to make their way here. But what we do understand is that the police have not only cordoned off this place, but also sealed off avenues or ways that the people would have used to access this place. So we are still here at the IEBC waiting to see how this will unfold. But what we do know and what the police have told us is that they are not allowing anyone near this place today. Back to you, Deborah.
Well, evidently it's fairly quiet actually in town right now compared to other places like Kibera and also in Kisumu as well, and also Mombasa, right? And of course, we want to get a lowdown of what is happening in Kisumu right now. We know why in town it's fairly quiet, because now police have actually made sure it is very watertight, that no protesters will make their way into town. And in Kibera, we've seen also some demonstrators lobbying, not really lobbying, but pelting stones actually, and protesting, demanding their rights to make their way to town.